After 8, I'm First Warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk, where we get together 7 days a week in the mornings, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully getting your day started off on the right note and making sure you and your family have everything you need to know about today's weather. Top 2 things we're monitoring. First and foremost, we're going to get your out-the-door forecast. We are also going to be tracking the tropics. But before we get into any of that, let's just look outside live and see what's doing on our Tower Cam network. Downtown Orlando is looking lovely. Let's switch over and kind of look off toward the west, toward the 414. A few clouds out in the vicinity. We're looking in that kind of same direction here from our Lake Eola Tower Cam. Let's head over to the beaches, shall we? New Smyrna Beach. Oh my goodness. We got to bring this one full screen. It is stunning. Surf running 1 to 2 today. Sure, there's clouds over top of us. Water temperatures in the mid 80s. Man, I see a couple of people out there trying to enjoy the morning. I would be doing the same thing if I wasn't at work. And then down the shoreline, Melbourne's not working. And there's a look over at Coco, our tower cam there, looking nice. All right, temperatures this morning had some readings in the upper 60s in like 1 or 2 locations. Most of us are in the 70s, but it was a little more comfortable. 73 right now in Melbourne. We're at 75 in Orlando, 73 degrees in Daytona Beach, 72 degrees in DeLand. Our first warning, live Doppler radar, rain-free until you get off the shoreline here of Volusia, Flagler counties. You're certainly seeing that on the horizon, but that's not bothering you, right? It's coming in, but it's fading as it does. So I think we're doing good. I think we're doing real good this morning. I hope you're having a great start to the day. Where do we go from here? Let's take a look at the 12-hour forecast. Now let's take a look at the 12-hour forecast, because while we are perfect this morning, we do develop those showers and thunder showers through the day. Midday, a couple of them popping up, and that continues to fire up through the afternoon, developing a 60% coverage of showers and thunder showers today. All right? So that's where we are at locally. Why are we so stormy? Well, kind of an interesting little weather scenario. Let's take a look. First off, here's the setup. We've got this frontal boundary sitting over our area, helping to usher in all of that moisture, okay? Keeping us stormy today. What happens though is this piece of energy pushes just a little further south, so tomorrow the stormy weather starts being more targeted to South Florida and we start to dry out. That stays with us through Tuesday, and then another frontal boundary moves in by Wednesday and builds back that stormy air. So yes, showers and thunder showers fire up once again. Now, I did this yesterday. Let's just check again and see the temperatures across the country, because with that front in our area, it's cooler up to the north, a little bit of a fall preview of sorts. 70 flat in Washington, D.C. It's 68 in Boston. Look at that. 58 degrees in Minneapolis. It may not be fall, but like seriously, we are starting at least to see some hints at that fall-like weather. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast and get us through the day here, see what's doing. First and foremost, rains out west around the Tampa Bay area this morning. That moves inland. You can see lunchtime starting to fire up those storms 1, 2 o'clock. Getting more and more coverage of rain, even some of those heavier soakers around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then continuing thereafter through 6, 7, 8 o'clock, kind of seeing stuff fade, but there will be a few areas that may try to reemerge a little stormier, right? So that's kind of a look at our day today. In terms of temperatures, here's where we go. Lower 90s for us across the interior, upper 80s back over to the area beaches. All said and done, it's a nice forecast if you're heading out to the attractions. Universal Studios, for example, running around 85 degrees by lunchtime, 85, 5 p.m. Of course, we get to about 91 degrees for a high temperature. So here's another way to look at where we're at. This is the European computer forecast model showing that humid, moist air over top of us, right? Watch what happens into tomorrow. That humid air starts to drag south, and Monday into Tuesday, that little ribbon of darker shades, that drier air starts to move in. That's a temporary respite because looking ahead to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, those greens return, and that is the humid air, that moist air making a comeback. So that's where our rain chances are going to start to climb. All right, I haven't said anything to anybody yet. I'm so sorry. David, Arthur, good morning to you. Yukon, it was a nice morning to walk the dog. Indeed, indeed, indeed it was. It's a nice day for anything. You want to get into the pool? Just know it's going to be an okay day. The afternoon showers and storms, of course, are going to play in. What about the farmers markets around town, huh? A sticky-ish start. Not bad, but a sticky-ish start. And then watching those rain chances go up through the afternoon. All right? Not too bad, not too bad. Nikki says dry tomorrow sounds good for our concrete getting poured. Indeed, yeah, I think that we've got, all said and done, when you look at the overall weather pattern today and yesterday, definitely the stormier days. Tomorrow we've got that drier air starting to dive into our area. So we'll get a little bit of a drop off. Joanne, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Bob. Drifter to Thrifter in Kissimmee. Good morning, good morning. How are ya? Roxanne says hints of fall. Bring it. I mean, truth be told, though, the real indicator of fall is going to be on our dew point. And our dew point temperatures are still in the 70s, albeit the lower 70s in spots. So at least there's that. If we take a look at the wider perspective, it's that case across the entire peninsula. So it's not like, it's not like we're going to get a massive shift or anything. If we look, yeah, it's not like there's a big drop off in dew point temperatures or anything like that. So anyway, but that said, meteorological fall. I always use, it's like I try to use this graphic as much as I can. I'm trying to get mileage on this thing because meteorological fall is right around the corner. Starting September 1st, that is considered meteorological fall. Even though our average high temperature in Orlando is still 90 degrees, we at least take those steps in that direction. All right. Marie, hope you have a great day. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Annie, up. Good morning. Good morning to you. Roxanne says humid, yuck. I mean, it is what it is. It's Florida. It is what it is. Jenny says these 90-degree highs aren't too bad. No, it's not too bad. If we look at the kind of setup for today, give me a second to find the thing. This is where I make fun of Manolfi because we make a million graphics, and then every time I need that million graphic. Okay, so, here, this is it. All right, so a look at the temperatures for the day today compared to average. If I can click the play button, there we go. Today's forecast high is 91, average is 92. So we actually are like literally right where we should be this time of year. Today's record high is 98. Today's record low is 69. So would love to be into the records. No, not happening, but nowhere near a record high. So I'm okay with that. Kind of interesting stuff. Always interesting stuff. I love that stuff. Very humid. Looking forward to cooler weather. It will be here before you know it. I mean, the reality is, whether or not we realize it, there is already, there's already subtle hints that fall is around the corner. Just look at the wide perspective, right? Like we've got a frontal boundary, although it's faded, it's in our area, bringing us moisture. There's yet another frontal boundary there. An interesting little feature here off of the East Coast. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Along this frontal boundary, well, actually, on this view, there's two things that are interesting, okay? We've got our frontal boundary. It's helping to bring us the moisture. Little area of low pressure developing. I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't try to do some sort of tropical-ish genesis. May see that try to do its thing. Probably won't do much. Models aren't indicating much. And then there's this guy here. What is going on over there at the coast of Texas? Let's take a closer inspection as we track the tropics this morning. Hurricane Center did not upgrade this, okay? So what you're looking at, this is Invest 98. It is making landfall literally as we speak in South Texas. I've been watching the pressures, 982, 982, 982. So 2982 is as low as the pressure has gotten. which 2982 is 1,009.8 millibars. All right, so about 1,010 millibars. So it did get a little better organized right up to landfall, but they did not upgrade it. All right, so this is not a depression. This is not a storm or anything like that. It is instead just an invest. But look at that convection burst. I think the better way to look at this, give me 2 seconds and I'll show you the satellite and radar. Look at the conventional SATRAD on this thing, okay? Again, it did not meet the criteria for the Hurricane Center to upgrade it. Okay, are you gonna load or am I gonna just sit here and ask? Oh boy, come on, there you go. Watch how it went from having like nothing to brrr, just like that. And now we're talking about flooding rains there across South Texas. Again, it's ashore just south of Corpus Christi. If I were to place a low, if I were to guesstimate where the low is, I would say it's probably like right there. Or somewhere in, maybe it's a little closer to the shoreline, but that's about where it is right now, just based on surface data. So it never got upgraded, but it's a big rainmaker. Almost, right? Almost. If it had had another 12 to 24 hours, we would have at least had a tropical depression form there. But an interesting feature nonetheless. So now that that's moving inland, we're going to be done with Invest 98, which means we reset back to things, which means we have to see how this plays out, right? All right. Nothing expected, by the way, tropically, other than this over the next 5 days' time. I do want to point out a couple of interesting stats, though, okay? So 3 named storms is still where we're at for the year. With this not getting a name, 3 named storms. Today is the average date that the 4th named storm is named, which I think is really interesting. Last year through today, we had 7 named storms. So we are certainly below last year's average, and we're still about average when it comes to named storms, though of course there's more to that story. We've had 3.25 named storm days this year. The average through today is 11.5. Last year we had 16 named storm days, and the ACE value, this is the big stat. Every storm that has a depression, storm, or hurricane tag generates ACE. We're still sitting at 2.8. The 30-year average is 13.7 ACE points through today, and last year's ACE through today was 14.3. So interesting. It's all interesting stuff. It's all interesting stuff, yeah. But it really is kind of remarkable how this thing bubbled up all that rain just before landfall, right? Yeah, lots of rain. I think that the satellite tells the story correctly. It's just remarkable how much it kind of pulsed up. So glad that it didn't get into anything too much stronger, but it did phase up. Nobody's chasing it or anything like that. It's just not that kind of a storm system. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anything? Let's see here. Still looks nasty though. Yes, Beth, still looks nasty. Good news on the tropics. For the time being, we'll take it. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Could the heating of the planet, especially the pole, be a contributor to weaker tropics? A lot of tropical weather is heat transference to the poles. Well, it's just evaporation, and we have warm ocean temperatures, but there's so many more elements than just warm ocean. You have to have destabilization. You have to have moisture around. You have to have, there's a lot that has to play in. So, this is just, the LRC indicated that this was going to be a much quieter season than last year. So we knew that to be the case. Yolanda, what happened in 97L? Done, over with, done. And in about 6 hours, 98 is going to be done and over with as well. So yeah, that's cool with me. What about the models? Let's take a look. This is the GFS. We'll bring it full screen. This is just the GFS Ensemble. The operational is not really showing anything, so no use to really point that out. Off the Mid-Atlantic around the 17th, you can kind of see it on the top of the screen there. Here, I'll widen the perspective out just to show the whole basin. Kind of see, though, around the Mid-Atlantic and to the northeast, some indicators around the 17th. May see something. We'll have to watch for that. Back closer to home. You can see down around the Yucatan and the Bay of Campeche around the 19th. Have to watch a couple of ensemble members trying to generate something there. Have to watch for this. This, by the way, this is the GFS Ensemble. And then toward the end, the 26th, 27th, 28th, right? Like you can start to see a lot of the ensemble members showing something around the Caribbean, kind of wandering up our direction. Let's switch over to the European ensembles and see what's doing. None of them, by the way, you notice this is, we'll just stop it right here. Broad lowering of pressure off of our east coast. If you remember when we were looking at the SATRAD, let me pull that back up here. Here we are, there we are. If you look here, you kind of see an area of low pressure developing off of our east coast. The models don't really want to do much with that. You can see the ensembles there showing a 10-12 low, but they don't deepen it, so it's something to watch. All right, continuing through time. There, Mid-Atlantic around the 19th, a little early on the LRC cycle, but it's there. And then a little something around, you see that around Texas, around the 21st. May have a little homegrown system. A couple of ensemble members indicating that. And then look at how it's like ba-ba-bing, ba-ba-boom around the end of the period here. That's the 29th. A lot of the ensemble members trying to indicate something around the Bahamas, the Caribbean islands, Florida. So I would say that toward the end of August, may have things waking up just a little bit. It kind of fits into the LRC cycle, but maybe that's a little late. We'll see how that times out and all that fun stuff. But yeah, hurricane season's peak is just about here, so we'll have to certainly be watching it. Meanwhile, back here at home, we're watching for today a 60% coverage of showers and thunder showers as temperatures climb into the lower range of the 90s, and then temperatures climb up as the rain chances go down for your Monday, Tuesday, and then we kind of get the rain chances going back up mid to late week. All right, that's the weather. Questions, comments, concerns, anything? Boy, it has been awful quiet in the tropics. I knew it was going to be a much quieter season than last year. I knew it was going to be about an average season, but it's been awful quiet for now. Yeah. All right, back to comments. How long does Saharan dust last? Meaning, is blown our way. I feel like it's been a longer period of time this year. Yeah, I mean, it has. You know, usually this time of year, you start to see that monsoonal flow off of Africa overcoming the Saharan dust, and it kind of just starts to cancel it down. How much has the Saharan dust influenced the lack of storms this year? Well, certainly it absolutely has. But we get Saharan dust every year. Frankie, good morning to you. Let's see here. Kenneth Otto really liked the looks of that hot water heater. Oh, we have a hot water heater. There you go. I need a good waterproof phone case. Any suggestions? A bag? A Ziploc bag? When did I first start hearing of Saharan dust? Either in weather school or in my internship. Yeah. Debbie, any fun plan, any activities planned today with the family? Should be beautiful out until the rain, per meteorologist Eric Burst. I don't know yet. I'll have to check in with the wife and see what she wants to do. Oh, come, Babard. We have a guest. Say hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Do you have a minute to take a seat? I don't know if we have time. What, do you have any? Oh, that's the wrong. I'm like, what's happening? There.
I always get so
there.
confused.
It's because the webcams are on this monitor. Christina Watkins, everybody.
Good morning.
Do you have any fun plans for today?
My best friend's mom, who I mentioned to you, who's golfing at Apopka, she's gonna roll by.
Oh yeah.
Just to see the new crib.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Somebody finally moved
in
into the house.
Did.
Now you're a Central Florida native, so you finally have your own slice of paradise in your hometown.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It's weird.
Right?
It's
You were
weird.
just saying you've now been here 5 months.
Yeah, today.
How is it 5 months?
Time flies when you have fun. I've been ripping and rolling since day one, you know, and it's just been, I woke up this morning, I'm like, man, 5 months already back home.
Yep.
It's a blessing.
It's great.
It really is a blessing.
I
And
love
y'all
it.
have been so great. So good morning to everybody. I just wanted to come pop in, interrupt.
See if anybody says anything
Hi.
fun. Hi, Christina. Good morning. Good
Thank
morning. Everybody's saying
you.
good morning to
Thank
you.
Y'all have been amazing. Truly. Fantastic.
Yukon says, hello, Christina. Such a nice broadcaster. So positive. You'll never find a more positive person.
You'll never find.
And those pipes. Come on.
Don't lie.
And
oh,
somebody,
no, you this one over here, okay?
and somebody has a birthday coming up. We're not going to talk about age.
I don't care.
It's just a number, but you never ask a lady. I think it's silly, but
I'll
you
be
know
32.
what?
There we go.
There it is.
32.
Boom. Truth bomb.
32.
Dropped.
Boom.
32. Well, you don't look a day past 31, so you're okay. I'm just kidding. She went to Oviedo, so there's like this rivalry of sorts. It is what it is. Jason.
Wait till football season.
I was about to say.
It's going down.
Jason's calling out the Lou Rawls.
Yes.
Oh, that voice. You want to talk about a set of pipes. Oh, man. All right, so you got fun.
Bye, y'all.
Go do TV.
See ya.
You don't look it, Becca says. You look beautiful. 32 is still beautiful. I'm over here 38 like, I don't know. All right. Christina, happy 29th when you get there, Yukon says. Ay vey, y'all are too funny. All right. That all said, let's just track our Sunday. Storms around, but a little bit warmer, a little bit drier, looking ahead to our Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right? All right, enough. God, so much fun when Christina Watkins stops by Coffee Talk. They love you. They love you. It's hard not to love you. If you get a chance to meet Christina, if you see her working on the streets, say hello. She's such a kind heart. Oh, all right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I hope you have a great one. I'll see y'all later.